Hello everyone, how are you all doing? One of the most common questions I get from people who are completely new to AI on Azure Cloud is where to get started. Also, they may have gone through various different YouTube videos or other resources that are available on the internet and maybe confused about terms such as cognitive services, AI services on Azure, AI Foundry, Microsoft Foundry. So I thought with the latest updates from Microsoft that happened recently, I will have a very small session to explain about these terms and most importantly show you how to get started with AI on Azure Cloud and explain about the different portals where you can actually work with AI on Azure Cloud. So before we get started, I am Hartin Jacob Kanigutotu. You can learn more about me by going to LinkedIn, or you can go to codingarchitect.ca/contact to get my LinkedIn profile link as well as my latest WhatsApp contact number. So let us get started. So if you are familiar with Azure Cloud, then you know that you can go to portal.azure.com to work with Azure resources. If you are new to Azure Cloud, I would suggest you go to the Cloudrix YouTube channel, go to playlist, and go to Azure Cloud Fundamentals playlist with 10 videos. So you log into Azure Cloud through portal.azure.com, and then you can search for Microsoft Foundry. Long time back, Azure AI services were called as cognitive services. Then it was renamed to Azure AI services. Those services you can see here. And later, Azure rebranded everything to AI Foundry, Azure AI Foundry. And recently, towards the end of 2025, they rebranded it to Microsoft Foundry. So primarily you have two portals here, portal.azure.com, which is Azure portal, and also you can go to ai.azure.com, which was traditionally called as AI Studio, and now it is called as Microsoft Foundry. So usually you can refer to this as this page within portal.azure.com as Microsoft Foundry resources page within Azure portal, and ai.azure.com as the Microsoft Foundry portal. So the Microsoft Foundry portal, which is ai.azure.com, and Microsoft Foundry resources page within Azure portal here. And within our Microsoft Foundry resources page, you have these use with Foundry, more services, and also classic AI services, and then some help option. So here, if you want to create a Azure Foundry resource, you can come to Foundry and then click on create, and then you can select a resource group. You can name them, name the Azure Foundry resource, region, we will keep it as East US, and you can give a name for your default project. As you can read from here, Foundry organizes development artifacts into projects, which are containers for managing permissions, monitoring, cores, and more. When you create a resource, a project is also created. This default project has more capabilities than projects that you create later. If you want, you can read more here. You can also read about the content review policy. Foundry provides access to Azure OpenAI models. We will see about Azure OpenAI models in a different discussion. To detect and mitigate harmful use of Azure OpenAI service, Microsoft logs the content you send to the completions and image generation APIs, as well as the content it sends back. If content is flagged by the services filters, it may be reviewed by a Microsoft full-time employee. You can learn more about how Microsoft processes, uses, and stores your data here. You can apply for modified content filters and abuse monitoring here. You can also review the Azure OpenAI code of conduct. So if you are working with the newer time Microsoft Foundry, I would recommend going through these links before proceeding. And let us maybe give a slightly project specific name here and click on next. The storage in Foundry, you may upload files, create data outputs, and store credentials when you connect to data sources and tools. In the basic configuration, this type of data is stored directly on your Foundry resource. Optionally, you can choose to use your own Azure storage location. I will leave the defaults as is. Agent service, threads, messages, deployments, and files are managed within your Foundry resource by default. Optionally, integrate your own Azure resource to enforce enterprise security and compliance policies. We will discuss agents and agent services in a future video or a future discussion. Speech and language service. File upload and outputs of speech and language tasks are managed within your Foundry resource by default. Optionally, integrate your Azure storage to enforce enterprise security and compliance policies. We will see all additional options later in follow-up discussions. And within the network page, you can configure your inbound access, whether to allow from all networks, including the internet, or selected networks, configure network security for your Foundry resource, or disabled, which means no networks can access this resource. You could configure private endpoint connections that will be exclusive way to access this resource. I will go with the default, which is all networks, including the internet, can access this resource. And identity, you can configure system assigned or user assigned identity type. I will go with the system assigned for now. We will see all of these additional options in upcoming discussions. And encryption, your data is encrypted by default using Microsoft Managed Keys. For additional control over your data, you may choose to bring your own key for encryption. You can select encrypt data using a customer managed key here, but I will not select it right now and go with the defaults. If you want, you can add some tags. And finally, review plus create page. And if the review was successful, you can click on create. Okay, the deployment is complete. Now we can click to go to resources. Let us explore various options here. the overview page where you can see the resource group, subscription, subscription ID, endpoints, and the API kind. As you can see, it is still AI services, location, status, and if you click on view endpoints, it will take you to keys and endpoints page. You can also go to the Foundry portal, which is basically ai.azure.com. So we'll come back to ai.azure.com shortly. So activity log, it is similar to any Azure resource. Access control and AAM, it is also similar to other Azure resources. Tags, similar to other Azure resources. Diagnose and solve problems. Resource visualizer. Most of these things are similar to Azure resources in general. And then under resource management, you can see projects. So currently we have only the default project that we created, and keys and endpoints. Whenever you are working with some SDKs using some programming language such as Python or C Sharp or other languages, you will need to use these keys. We have some labs for these in the codingarchitect.ai website that you can follow if you want. You can get the keys from here and endpoints for Foundry. Use the below endpoint from code to access project capabilities such as agents, evaluations, and your deployed models for inference. You can also get the OpenAI endpoint and also AI services endpoint here. So regarding OpenAI, Azure has a different OpenAI service, but now it is recommended to use Foundry instead. But I will still show you in a different discussion how to create an OpenAI resource just in case if you want, and also how to migrate an existing OpenAI resource to a Foundry resource. And you can set encryption or a networking or identity options that we saw during the initial creation, right? You can change them here. You can check cost analysis if you want. You can explore other properties here. You can configure security if you want. You can check the monitoring options if you want. Security, monitoring options, automation. Most of these things are similar to other Azure resources. Okay, so here after coming back, we can go to Azure Foundry portal from here, or you can directly go to ai.azure.com. As you can see, this is the current view, and we have this new Foundry button. So if you enable it, you can see the newer version. So I'm going to enable it. So to access the new Microsoft Foundry experience, please choose a project in a supported region. So we have already created a project, right? And click on let's go. So this is our new Foundry page. And if you want, you can switch back also. So we'll explore all of these options. So irrespective of what you see here, whether it is the newer Foundry look or the older Foundry look, it is going to work the same when you are actually connecting from your code through APIs. I cannot predict that even this is going to stay for a long time. It could change. We always try to update our lab documents whenever Microsoft changes these things. And if you find any difference from what you see in the portal and in our lab documents, all you have to do is just let us know, and we will fix them. I looked into a course from a popular provider who charges around $1,200 for that course, and most of the videos are actually reference from their YouTube channel, and those videos are actually 3 to 4 years old, which has even cognitive services mentioned. One thing that we try to make sure is to update these things as much as possible, whether re-recording the videos or updating the labs. We are there to support you. All you have to do is just ask. Go to the facebook.com /group /Azure Cloud, which is our Facebook based community, which has over 137,000 members. If you want ad free learning experience, you have buddycult.com, which is a combination of Facebook like posts and WhatsApp like chats and courses and also events. So it's a combination of almost everything, but without ads. So you can share posts, read posts, chat with others, learn from courses, everything in one single place and without any distractions that you see in all other social media portals. Because the posts are also moderated by AI, and you can also volunteer to become moderators. The ultimate goal of Buddy Cult is to become a platform for learning and learning only. So we call it as Buddy Cult, culture of learning. Feel free to go to codingarchitect.ca/contact and then use the WhatsApp number or connect me over LinkedIn. I mention this page URL rather than the number because the numbers can change. To summarize, you have Azure AI access through Microsoft Foundry from within ai.azure.com, which is called as Microsoft Foundry portal, and the resource page within portal.azure.com, which is Microsoft Azure portal. So there are two portals, and there are also a few other portal options when it comes to all of these other resources that we will see later. Let us continue to learn and grow together. Bye bye for now, and see you all in next class.